You're listening to the Money Mike's syndicated radio podcast. Happy holidays to you. I know you're probably full as I am with all the good turkey, but we're going to get right on into it. The Broncos. I'm going to commend Sean Payton. As you know, I recently said Sean Payton needs to be a man. He's made the change. He's going to go with Jarrett Stidham out of Auburn. That's his guy. That's been his guy all along. He never wanted Russell Wilson. And I'm going to applaud Sean Payton as an NFL coach for being a man. That was one of the things that I pinpointed. And he's made the move. I saw this moving in the first preseason game when he was going against the Rams. He lit it up. He's what Sean Payton is looking for. And he's out of Auburn. He's a special candidate. You know what? I can't fault him. And let me tell you why I can't fault him. Jarrett Stidham played against the San Francisco 49ers with the Oakland Raiders. And that was in a final game, and he lit the 49ers up. For the life of me, we all make decisions. I have no idea why the Raiders decided to move on. But they did. And Sean Payton, as he came in, he brought him in. He's a big-time quarterback. He just hasn't had an opportunity. But here's what I'm going to tell you, folks. And this is how the NFL works, and I've seen this time and time again, and I'll bring you on this one. As I've always said, it's my opinion. If my opinion turns into the truth, then I've given you the facts before I've given them to you. And I spoke with it that the Raiders Nation needs to go ahead and get Russell Wilson. Now, this is going to be a long, drawn-out process. Russell Wilson has $37 million of guaranteed money. They've got to shut him down. They're not shutting him down for the performance of play. The organization has made the decision they're going to move on from Russell Wilson. And it's $37 million guaranteed is what's going to hold this one up. Now, obviously, in NFL, folks, I'll tell you, what usually happens in that is nobody's going to go ahead and give you a trade because they know you're looking to move them. So this one's going to drag out for a long time. The Broncos organization, they may have an opportunity, or I don't know where they sit. I wouldn't want to see it. I don't like what the Raiders did with Derek Carr as far as Raiders Nation of sending him on his way. But I will tell you this, Russell Wilson can be an asset in the building, and that's Russell Wilson. That's what Russell Wilson does. He's a first-class individual. I'm not escaping Sean Payton for that performance and act that he did on the sideline. That's an embarrassment as an NFL coach. Because we all know Russell Wilson, African-American quarterback, is a very intelligent man. Played at Wisconsin. You know, he's played football. He walked in the Seattle Seahawks. He turned that organization around. He led them to 2 Super Bowls. Here's what I'm going to tell you about the wrong fit at the wrong time. Paul Hackett had an offense. Excuse me, I say Paul. I have no idea. Nathaniel Hackett, offensive coordinator that was hired by our Broncos, had an offense for Russell Wilson. It didn't really get going. Sean Payton, this offense is not built for Russell Wilson. That's why I've always shared the Raiders are going to need to get Russell Wilson. That's a KG veteran. Jarrett Stidham is who Sean Payton has built this offense for. And I'm just going to look at how they're going to handle it. Or they're going to send Russ home, tell him we don't need you in the building. Because this one here has been brewing. It's a divorce that I saw miles ago. And this is what happens in the NFL. And when a quarterback, such as the nature of Russell Wilson, who can play this game, is very intelligent. It's a first-class individual. I didn't understand Payton's tactics of yelling at Russell Wilson because you know he's not going to bite back. But I'll tell you what, there's some Denver Broncos players on there, Sean Payton. You try that with, they're going to bite you back. And that's how this game is played because they saw your display. Jarrett Stidham is Sean Payton's guy. He's going to get it done. The offense is built around him. We let Russell Wilson run an offense for about 15 weeks that was not built around him. So this is going to be a good move for the Broncos. It may be a late stamper, get them into the dance, get them into the playoffs. I told you they got the NFL, one of the top-ranking Rooney Rule coaches on that team, and Vance Joseph's running that defense. And you know these offensive coaches that coaches hire, that they hire into the NFL, I'm not a fan. Okay, and I'll tell you because that's just a one-trick pony. Okay, and when you get somebody like Payton, that's a one-trick pony. He's looking at his play sheet all day. You got 53 men on that roster, and that roster is looking at you very deeply now. So whatever you do, every move you make, it better work. Because if it doesn't work, you're going to lose these guys, and you lost them in the last game. Okay, and you coming out with a desperation move to save this, I don't know if it's going to save the Broncos. Because folks in the NFL, men are men. Men want to be respected. They have families. And you took one of the most respected individuals in the NFL, Russell Wilson, and you treated him like he was less than a human being. Okay? And you never saw that done, okay, with Peyton Manning. You never saw that. You saw Bill O'Brien, but you never saw Bill Belichick on the sideline with Tom Brady. Okay, folks, we got to ask ourselves, okay? And the last time I saw this, and folks, like I said, I've been looking at this game and covering this game for a while, was when Mike Singletary yelled at Alex Smith. And we all know what happened to Mike Singletary. Obviously, we're going to say he wasn't as qualified as Sean Payton, but I don't believe that. And I got some good stories coming your way, but this one is happening. Jarrett Stidham, Auburn University, did a stint with the Oakland Raiders, is now the starting quarterback and the future of the franchise for the Denver Broncos. This was the main thing that Sean Payton wanted to do since he took the job, and that's how the game works. So what I'll tell you at this point, folks, sit back, relax, and enjoy it. The Broncos, you're going to make a move. I don't know if you'll be able to salvage this year, but you'll definitely have your quarterback going into the future. I recommend the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders, wait this one out, and you go ahead and you get Russell Wilson. That's your guy. And I guarantee you this, Antonio Pierce and Mark Davis, you make that move, you get Russell in the building, you're going to have some good times. Now, him and Marshawn Lynch may have to have a little reconvenient, kind of settle their, we didn't talk to each other. But Russell Wilson's for the Raiders, Jarrett Stidham's for the Broncos. This is the NFL and how it works. And like I said, Money Mike saw this a mile away. The divorce has finally happened. And folks, again, I always tell you, it's my opinion, but I'll give you my opinion. And if the truth turns in to be correct, then I've given you the facts before it happened. And we'll keep doing what we're doing. You keep doing what you're doing. Happy holidays to you. It's going to be a beautiful new year. 2024, let's see what happens. The Raiders are back. The Niners took a pounding. And that's football in NFL. But we got some great stories coming out this week. And we'll break down, Brock Purdy and what we're going to do there. So you hang tight and keep on watching. We appreciate the fans. We love you, and we'll keep doing what we're doing. It's the Money Mike syndicated radio podcast, and we'll always tell you all things are possible to those who believe.